Okay, here's Caroline Campbell, the Director of People and Organization in the Eastern Region, based in Halifax, Nova Scotia, on the eastern end of Canada. And Caroline, I'm interested in your opinion of the one critical engagement criteria that we learned about that speaks to you the loudest.
I think the message that came from staff that was loud and clear was that they wanted to feel valued and appreciated by the organization, by their colleagues, by their supervisors, managers. And that wasn't really surprising to me, but it was something that I knew a little bit about and I could run with.
And why wasn't it surprising to you?
Well, I think from previous surveys that we've done, from focus groups that we've done, from exit interviews, talking to our staff, it's very important to them. It's important to all of us that we feel valued and that we get appreciation and recognition for the things that we do, whether it's at work or it's at home or it's as a mom, or it's important to everybody.
So Caroline, it's kind of near and dear to your heart, I think, you're a very action-oriented person. So what cool things have you done since you found this information out to build, an organization that appreciates and values their employees?
The big thing that we did was we launched a program nationally, an employee recognition program, but one component of that program is called the MVP. And we've launched that right across the country. And an MVP is a small recognition that an employee can nominate another employee for. So I can say to my colleague, you know what, I really appreciate that you stepped out a little bit. You had the courage to do something to help me, or that you participated in something, or that you showed respect for a client. It's a way of exhibiting our core values. And so this is how we wanted to recognize staff, was through the use of our core values. So the MVP is a nomination of another colleague, and it can come from the CEO to a nurse, it can come from a nurse to the CEO. It can go across all levels of our organization, and it's been incredibly successful.
So one of the things about the engagement assessment survey, the response rate was, we think we had 2,200 responses out of an employee base of just over 4,000. And we're pretty excited about that, but I think you've got some interesting stats on the MVP uptake as well.
Well, we started the MVP nationally in April of this year, and on a national basis, and we have already awarded over 2,200 MVPs across the country. Now, we had this program in Eastern Region for a couple of years previous to the national launch, and we would average about 1,700, 1,800 a year. In 5 months, we've issued 2,200 MVPs.
Wow. Busy. But exciting.
Good.
Yeah. What are some
exciting.
of the responses people have to it?
It's really interesting, actually. The responses are very positive. Folks come back and say, wow, I'm so excited. I went home, I was having a bad day, I got my mail, and there was an MVP, and it just made me feel so much better. It just turned my day right around. I heard a story the other day about someone in Ontario. She went home from work, and an MVP had come in the mail that day. Her husband opened the MVP, he framed it, and he put it on the mantle in their living room. And she was so excited about this. So, it's a little thing that we can all do for one another, but it creates great joy. It also allows us to be very connected as a national organization, and that's one of the things that I've recently discovered, is that I can send an MVP to someone in Ontario, someone in British Columbia, someone that I work with remotely. I may have never met them, but I still have an opportunity to express my gratitude for something that they've done to help me. And then it comes back because that person will send you an email and say, wow, I got that MVP you sent me, and it was really awesome, and it meant a lot that it came from you. So it goes both ways.
Yeah, so it's a great way to connect people.
It really is.
Across team boundaries and even within teams and across geographic boundaries.
Exactly.
Do you have any advice for anybody listening to this video with regard to employee engagement and taking action?
It's worth it. It's not a lot of work. It's really important, And you have to find a way to connect your employees, to find a way to value and appreciate everybody. And you know, when I started this program, people said, oh, that is going to be a lot of work. Like, you're going to have a hard time managing that. But you know what? It's not that difficult. We've streamlined it. We've made it manageable. And it's valuable. So we're not going to stop. So you know what? Do it. If you think it's going to make a difference, do it. Take action.
And stick to it.
Stick to it.
Thank you.
Make it stick.
Thank you very much, Caroline.
You're
That's
welcome.
great.